one wind-driven and stormy night, the captain of the ship orders his signalman to send a message to the light directly in front of them. "Turn your ship 20 degrees to port." The signal returns, "Turn your ship 20 degrees to the starboard." Surprise, the captain orders the message sent, "I'm the captain of the battleship. Turn your ship to port." The response was silence, but suddenly the stillness came, and the clear and unchanging message said, "I am a lighthouse." Oops. Our lives are filled with moments like this story. We have our idea how things should be. We have our plans. We have the course of how we want to lead our chats with others, how we want to talk with others. We try to change people and circumstances to meet our needs and desires and plans. However, because of this, our lives are stormy, ever-changing, and not the least bit cooperative with our idea of what should be happening. We can all identify with this stormy weather last week, stormy times last couple months. We find ourselves tossed around by strong winds of change. We find ourselves swept away by questions without answers and information without solutions. Today's readings speak directly to the storms around us and to God's promise to be a still, steady, and calming voice within us. Elijah, in the first reading, is hiding in a cave because of the terrible storms, thunder and lightning and earthquakes rattling all around him. Sounds familiar? Sometimes I would like to hide in a cave. I hope it's a man cave with PlayStation and not think about anything else. However, Elijah prays, and through prayer, hears God's voice in the midst of the storm. But God's voice is not found outside of Elijah, but rather within Elijah. He hears a tiny whispering voice when he is still and quiet and calm. In quiet prayer, Elijah hears God's voice. And here is our invitation to hear God's voice, this quiet voice within us as the storms rage around us. In today's gospel, Jesus prays in the midst of a great storm on the sea. Jesus, through prayer, finds the still and quiet voice and confidence in his Father's care so much that he's able to walk on water in the middle of the storm. The disciples are fearful, tossed by waves and wind. And when Peter sees Jesus walking on the water, and he's invited to step out of the boat right in the middle of the storm. And notice that. Because Peter is listening to the voice of Jesus, he is not only able to conquer his fear, but is also able to walk on the water. However, when Peter stops listening to the calming voice of Jesus, this voice which is calling him, who is assuring him, he becomes aware again of the wind and the waves and the storm and starts to sink. Peter prays again, "Lord, save me." Jesus speaks again and stretches out his hand immediately to Peter. And Peter is once again calm and able to hear the still, quiet, and reassuring voice of Jesus Christ. You see the pattern found in Elijah's story of hearing a still voice in the storm, and the pattern of both Jesus and Peter hearing of reassuring voice of faith in a storm is the pattern that we are invited to embrace today. A lighthouse stands in the sea, unmoving and giving direction to all who are tossed by storms. God is our lighthouse that signals to us. We do not, in prayer, try to get God to change and move. In prayer, we listen to God's voice, that still, small voice, which gives us peace and calm and enable us, even in the midst of the storm, to be able to find calm and peace, and yes, at times even walk on water. The following song, written by Christopher Walker in 1947, is called "Be Still and Know I'm God." Speaking about prayer and the storms in our lives, speaking about hearing God's voice, the tiny whispering voice which brings peace is one thing. Experiencing God's voice deep within us is yet another. So today I'm going to offer you an opportunity to hear God's small, still voice. I will read, no pray, the words of the song to you, which are a prayer invitation for you to hear God's voice speaking to you. Let the wind and the storm around you quiet itself. So I invite you right now, whether you're with us virtually or here in the church, to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Be still. Know that you are in the beautiful presence of loving God. Breathe deeply. God speaks to you. Be still and know that I am God. You are my chosen one, to whom my love I give. My life is yours. In you I live. Be still. Be still. And know that I am God. Be Be still and know that I'm God. You are my chosen one. I come to set you free. Give me your cares and rest in me. Be still. Be still. And know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. You are my chosen one, to whom I show my ways. My love is with you all your days. Be still. Be still. And know that I am God. And now you can come back gently. Today, hear God's voice speak to you. Be still and know that I am God. Amen.